This presentation provides a top-level view of the global gold mining landscape through the top 20 mines ranked by reserve base. The goal is to identify the largest reserve holders, compare current production levels, and highlight where future growth is most likely to come from. This is useful for investors because reserve size, mine age, operator quality, and production outlook together shape long-term value. As we move through the slides, the focus will be on scale, geographic concentration, leading operators, and the mines that appear best positioned to support future gold supply growth. Before looking at the rankings, it is important to understand the metrics used in this table. Gold reserves show the long-term mineable inventory and help indicate asset durability. Annual production measures the mine's current operating contribution to global gold supply. The 1-year and 5-year production outlook columns highlight near-term changes and medium-term growth potential. First production gives historical context around mine maturity, while the operating company and country help investors evaluate jurisdiction and execution quality. Together, these metrics allow a more complete assessment of each mine's scale, stability, and future strategic importance. The top 5 mines are clearly led by Muruntau and Nevada gold mines, which dominate the ranking by reserve base and large-scale production. Muruntau stands out as the largest reserve holder, while Nevada Gold Mines remains the largest verified Western mining complex. Olimpiada adds major Russian reserve exposure, and Grasberg offers strong longer-term growth as restart constraints ease. Pueblo Viejo rounds out the top group with a substantial reserve base and expansion-driven upside. For investors, this elite tier represents the mines with the greatest structural influence on global gold reserves and long-term supply trends. Mines ranked 6 through 10 show the next layer of global supply strength. Detour Lake and Lihir stand out for their long reserve lives and strong medium-term upside, although Detour may face some softer production in the near term before a later step up. Carlin and Turquoise Ridge are more stable, mature Nevada assets with less dramatic growth but very strong long-life profiles. Cadia remains a Tier 1 asset, though its near-term output is affected by mine transition. This group is important because it combines scale, stability, and selective growth across major operating jurisdictions. Ranks 11 through 15 include several mines that matter because of optimization, expansion, and sustained operational performance. Cortez has meaningful upside from Gold Rush, while Blagodatnoye stands out for strong potential growth tied to MILL5 expansion. Boddington is expected to improve once stripping pressure eases, and Natalka also has moderate upside from mill expansion. Kibali is different. It remains a high-output mine, but publicly disclosed growth is more limited. This part of the ranking shows how important operational upgrades and capital investment are in maintaining global supply stability beyond the very largest reserve bases. The final 5 mines are smaller in reserve terms, but they still matter strategically. Tanami offers gradual uplift through expansion, while Ahafo North is a new mine with very high percentage growth because it is moving from startup into its first full year. Merian is a steady producer with moderate upside, and Ahafo South remains a mature but still relevant district asset. Fekola is especially important because underground and regional feed could support a stronger long-term growth profile. This slide shows that lower-ranked mines can still be meaningful contributors through targeted investment and operational improvements. When we step back from the individual rankings, broader industry trends become clear. Gold reserves and production remain concentrated in a handful of major regions, especially North America, Russia, Australia, and selected parts of Africa. At the operator level, companies such as Barrick, Newmont, and Polyus control a large portion of the most important assets. The growth outlook is also shaped by a mix of mature mine optimization, new mine startups, and technological improvements. For investors, this means the global gold market is driven not just by geology, but also by capital discipline, jurisdiction, and execution quality. The key takeaway is that the global gold mining landscape remains highly concentrated, with Muruntau and Nevada gold mines standing clearly above most peers in reserve scale and production significance. At the same time, future supply growth will depend heavily on expansion projects, mine restarts, and optimization programs at assets such as Grasberg, Ahafo North, Cortez, Blagodatnoye, and Fekola. Investors should therefore watch not only reserve rankings, but also the quality of operators, the maturity of assets, and the specific projects that can drive production growth. That is where much of the next phase of value creation is likely to come from.